because I've been involved, certainly since the 60s, in a number of groups and societies, the Guild of Welsh Writers down in London, the Welsh Academy English Language section, various other things. And so that's what the archive is about, really, you know. But back in the 60s, there were, when we were first discovering that there was actually what was then called Anglo-Welsh literature and is now Welsh writing in English, a number of writers from Wales. We're not part of English literature, the literature of England. We write in English, but we write about Wales. And of course, one of the people who was particularly involved with doing that, or two of them, one of them was Mike Stevens, who was the person who wrote Cofiwch Tryweryn. Funnily enough, his father-in-law and my father were friends in college. That's Wales for you. We're all connected, aren't we? But of course, Mike's big friend and my friend too, and fellow librarian, was Harry Webb. And yeah. Anyway, this is the poem I wrote at the time. We were living in North Wales and we knew a little bit about what was going on with Tryweryn and the fact that it was being taken. And we used to have, my parents kept a pub, and we used to have the couple of the reporters from the Liverpool Daily Post coming along and telling us about all the dubious things that went on behind the story of Tryweryn. It wasn't a simple one of Liverpool wanting water. There was a bit more involved in that. But anyway, and around about the same time, I think they had, we'd started to actually be able to see television then, because in those days, you know, you got a lot of snow and it wasn't that easy to, snow on the screen, I mean, not snow on the ground. And yeah, and there was an interview with Prince Charles, and he'd gone to see somebody in mid-Wales, and he said to this man in the middle of Tryweryn bog, "What do you grow here?" And he looked at him and he said, "Men." This is Tryweryn. I sent it to Mike for Poetry Wales, and he actually put it in the Welsh Nation instead. So, nothing's gone that matters. A dozen farms, a hollow of no great beauty, scabby sheep, a gloomy Bethel, and a field where sleep a few dead peasants. There are greater charms observed in rising water, as its arms circle and meet above the walls, in cheap power and growing profits. Who could reap harvests as rich as this in ploughmen's palms? All's for the best. We house these natives too, should bless us for sanitation and good health. Later, from English cities, see the view misty with hiraeth, and then you built wealth. All of our wealth's in men, and their life's blood drawn from the land this water drowns in mud. And now Paula is going to sing. Harry Webb he was a very fine poet. I don't know if you all remember, well, most of you won't, you're too old, too young rather, but the Poems and Pints things that were in the early 70s and so on. But what he did was he wrote mainly in English, but Harry wrote one poem, Costly Iaith, which is still sung, Losing the Language, and Paula's going to sing it for us.
Costly Iaith. Costly Iaith, a costly irddas, costly awen, costly barddas, costly coronau'r camdeithas, ac anaill cael bratiaeth fas. Costly hyn a lawan persaid, costly tanair dilyn gwraid, costly corair diysbedau, ac anaill Cochli crefydd, cochli enaid, cochli fydd yr hynroniaid, cochli popeth glan y thylait, ac yn eich lle cael baw a chlaid. Cochli tir a cochli taddyn, cochli elan a Tryweryn, cochli Tryweryn a Llanoedden, a'r wlad i gyd dan ddŵr llyn. Cael yn ôl o bors marwolaeth, gan y fydd a bri yr heniaeth. Cael yn ôl